a buck in the club like, fuck that shit. Got my tone in the club like, fuck that shit.
Episode 23 Victor, the neurotic quittal. Mark just entered the room and immediately noticed something was off. "Hey dude, give me 5 minutes and I'm with you," said Victor. Mark sat down and looked around. The room had clean, transparent air. The usual cape of smoke wasn't there. Also, Victor was not playing, but rather writing code. After the requested 5 minutes passed, and another 5 on top of them, Mark hesitated and said, "Victor?" Without moving his eyes from the screen or slowing down his typing, Victor appeared to ignore the noise and kept coding. "Victor!" tried again Mark. "Victor! Hey, Victor!" "Yeah, sorry dude, I'm done. Here, get this," said Victor while finishing the last bit of instructions and completing the coding. "So," Victor continued, "I've had this idea in my mind about fraud prevention. Imagine for a second being able to spot fraud rings by being able to link them. It was an old project that didn't get funded, but I did it anyway, without waiting for some fucker to put his hands on a project too complex. Basically, I created a neural scan activity that checks all incoming traffic, not only completed orders, linking different information not based on assumption, but at a machine level. Look at this." Victor placed on screen what looked like a synapses picture. Mark looked at it in silence for a few seconds, then mumbled "I don't really understand what I'm looking at. Victor, what is this?" Victor was already rolling a joint with a satisfied smile on his face. "You see, these are the groups of, well, let me take a step back. You've heard about machine learning, right? Well, these are areas of common information linking the incoming traffic to similar sources. By clicking on an area, you can see what defines it. This one, for example, is the traffic coming from a specific region. This instead is defined by similar bin cards. The other by average order value. These are IP related, and these are computer related. Until here, this is quite normal for risk people with access to machine learning software. But now look at this." Victor typed something on the keyboard and the whole picture shifted, morphing itself and relocating macro groups. "Look at this. Some areas are obviously overlapping. These are where risk people would focus. However, they are not seeing the whole picture anymore. Instead, my software..." Mark was sweating. "Victor, I don't get it. This is already available to others. What did you build here?" Victor continued, like not hearing Mark's question. "My software finds patterns in all orders. It links them by behavior, attempts, type of information searched, sources, and much more. Here, for example, link to a Meteo historic record. Tell me, Mark, would you figure out why this is for?" "No, Victor, not really. Not sure I'm following you." "It's simple. Imagine you sell umbrellas. Would you bet that your sales go up when it's raining? And how do you know if it's raining at the moment an order was placed, in the location it was placed? This other link finds the date of birth, when available, of the customer, and all his social network links. If he is placing a gift order, wouldn't you want to know whose birthday it is? How often more customers are going to buy gifts for the same people? What happens if we talk about a baby shower or a wedding? All other software methodologies will go banana, and mine instead will enrich the data in such a way to prevent these orders to even need to be manually reviewed. Meaning, are you paying attention?" Mark mumbled, "To reduce costs?" "No, dude, you're getting this wrong. Cost reduction is not the goal here. It's a natural effect of usage of the software. The goal is to improve customer satisfaction. No need of manual review means that the order will ship and deliver faster. No false positives that could get cancelled by mistake. No delays. And a happy customer is a returning customer. And when they return, we already know them. Still a great purchase experience for them, and as you mentioned, a cost reduction for the sale process. In my initial calculations, outsort rates can be reduced by 70%, and chargebacks will go down at least by 80%. The best of this? I made it open source. Fuck that shit. I want to get this out and used." Mark was speechless. "Victor, but why?" "Well, I started coding this for the arsehole on my game, then figured out it was applicable to risk prevention as well. Few lines of code, some linking to free available sources of big data, and job done." Mark was still very quiet. Victor, sorry to repeat myself, but why? I thought you had already fantastic results in your office. Why do you need this? Oh, forgot to mention, I resigned. What? Why? What happened? We had diverging strategies and objectives. CEO, CFO, CTO were not in agreement with me, so I told them to fuck off and resigned on the spot. Mark was sweated and his face was looking like crazy. But nothing. Fuck that shit. I don't need them and they won't need me anymore. Anyway, I was already working from home most of the time and got shitloads of spare time for my gaming. Now I'll have more. Mark had to ask, Victor, when I entered this room there was no sign of you smoking as usual. What happened? Victor casually answered, Are you familiar with smart drugs? No, wait, why do I even ask you? Forget it. Anyway, what's up? Mark was ashamed. They fired me. Don't know what to do with my life now. I'm screwed. Victor extinguished his joint and took his phone, dialed a number and before anyone answered, winked at Mark and said, I'll fix that for you.